Local 4 News starts now with a breaking news alert.
That breaking news coming out of Florida, where former sports doctor Larry Nassar is recovering after being stabbed several times during an altercation in prison Sunday. We've been getting more and more details ever since this story broke after 8 this morning. Nassar was stabbed 10 times. Why is another question. Let's bring in Sean Lay, who's working this story for us this noon. And Sean, what else can you tell us about Nassar's current condition?
The Bureau of Prisons, Jason, telling us right at this noon hour, just got an email from them saying this was a critical life-saving situation. They had to jump in and save Larry Nassar's life. That's how critical this situation was, of him being stabbed by another inmate 10 times. However, they were able to get him help so quickly. We are being told right now Larry Nassar is in that Florida medical center in the prison in stable condition right now. Let's break it all down for you. We're gathering so much reaction to this huge story. This happened inside the federal prison that's located in Sumter County, Florida. Nassar's been doing time there since 2017 after he pled guilty. You'll remember the case, of course, to sexually abusing underage girls gymnasts while Nassar was serving as team doctor for USA Gymnastics and Michigan State University. Details coming out of the prison right now that Nassar and another inmate were involved in some sort of altercation. What was Nassar targeted, however? Nassar was stabbed in the back and chest, as you said, Jason, 10 times, and attacked by an inmate who was able to get his hands on a knife or made a knife there in prison. This is a shocking development. I just interviewed Ingham County Judge Marianne Aquilina, who sentenced Nassar to 60 years in prison. The judge telling me prison violence is a huge issue nationwide. She says prisons have to protect the people who are in their care. Here's what Judge Aquilina told me just moments ago.
We have to have safety over money, no matter whether you're on the outside of the prison walls or in the inside of the prison walls. This was totally foreseeable. We had Epstein. We've had countless cases like this. And my question to them is, where were you? And don't use the excuse of being short-staffed.
Back here live, much more from the judge. Really fascinating interview with her that we just conducted, Jason, because she had those famous words, Larry Nassar, as she was signing the sentencing there. I'm signing your death certificate, but she meant life in prison, not prison violence here. And she says prisoners, no matter who they are, must all be protected. We're also downtown. We spoke with former U.S. Attorney Matthew Schneider, who says certainly prosecutors there must go after the person who stabbed Nassar as well. And Nassar now may have a lawsuit since surviving this against the prison system. Much more coming up at 5.
Yeah, a lot of victims and survivors out there would like to see him serve the entirety of that sentence. All right, Sean, we'll talk to you a little bit later on Local 4 News this afternoon. Also into the newsroom, just a few minutes ago, we learned Dorothy Zender, matriarch of the Bavarian Inn, has died. She died at her Frankenmuth home. She was 101. Dorothy spent most of her life working as the face of the Bavarian Inn and the Zender family. She was born in 1921 in Reese, Michigan, which is about 10 miles north of Frankenmuth. Her family business has expanded greatly over the years from the inn, and now it encompasses the Frankenmuth Cheese House, the River Place shops, and Bavarian Bleachers, among many others. She'll be buried at the St. Lorenz Lutheran Church, where she was a lifelong member. Service and visitation details will be released by the family later this week. Happening right now, jury selection in a trial to hopefully settle an ongoing legal struggle over Aretha Franklin's estate. 3 of her 4 sons are involved in this dispute. Franklin didn't have a formal will, but the family found 2 handwritten letters after she died. The legal battle revolves around which of those 2 letters will be considered her will. Ted White II argues papers dated in 2010 should control the estate, while Cacao Franklin and Edward Franklin favor a 2014 dated document. A 21-year-old University of Michigan student is dead after being hit by a car while riding a motorized scooter. It happened around 11:30 on Saturday night in Ann Arbor. Police say Seth Sugar from Deerfield, Illinois, was traveling east on Hill Street. When the scooter he was on crossed the center line near Oakland Avenue, he was hit head-on and suffered major head injuries. The driver of the car was not hurt, and that crash remains under investigation. Today, a victim who was locked inside a gas station by the store clerk during a shooting is suing ExxonMobil. David Langston was shot in the hand that day at the Detroit gas station. He's asking for $150 million. Another man was wounded, and Langston's best friend was shot 9 times and died during that attack. The lawsuit accuses ExxonMobil and the store clerk of gross negligence in locking that door so no one could leave. Understaffing the situation also playing a part here, not having a shoplifting policy and failing to properly train the staff. If you're headed outside today, grab not the umbrella, just some sunscreen, maybe some sunglasses, maybe one of those little fans that you carry and, just spritz yourself. Maybe the ones that, I don't know, that might be a lot. Ashley, do we need all of that or just, I don't know if the spritz is necessary, right?
Well, I mean, if you're going to maybe a Little League game, T-ball game, you might want that if you are just going to be cooking in the sun. But otherwise, try to stay in the shade. Shouldn't be too bad. However, there is an air quality alert for today for most of southeastern Michigan. And so that means those that have respiratory illnesses or even our small children should really limit their time outside. So just keep an eye on the ones you love. Chance for an isolated storm returns tomorrow afternoon. So high pressure dominates today, bringing drier conditions. But that's just the start tomorrow afternoon of rounds of rain that could be heavy at times throughout midweek. Here's our clouds and radar forecast as you see the northern part of Michigan getting brushed with a few light showers. Otherwise, we have clear skies across a good portion of southeastern Michigan, stretching all the way off into the plains. So as we take a live look outside Mount Clemens, a little bit of haze out there. So no surprise, given that we do have that air quality alert. It's not wildfire smoke, just higher levels of ozone pollutants. But 81 already in Detroit, 82 in Howell, 79 in Port Huron, 80 in Monroe with a light southwesterly breeze. So for today, we will actually have sunshine throughout the rest of the afternoon. We top out right around 87 degrees. Our isolated PM rain chances return heading into Tuesday. We will time that out for you hour by hour in just a few minutes.
All right, Ashley. More breaking news to get to here at noon. In this one out of Macomb County, westbound I-696 at Groesbeck is closed right now for a crash, and there's a good look at it. A semi involved as well as a couple of other vehicles. We have no word on injuries here, but you can see traffic right now moving along slowly on the shoulder and obviously on the service drive, a lot of other cars exiting. Hopefully you can avoid this until they get that cleaned up and the road back open.